everybody, Cynthia here. I'm back to share my personal Cricut challenge number 38, and we were to make a decor piece, any theme we wanted. It needed 2 images and a sentiment. So I told you guys in my last video that I saw on this paper pad this cute little wreath that's all made of paper. I was going to try and figure it out to see if I could come, make the same thing, similar, and I did. So I took 3 sheets of paper from this holiday paper pad from American Crafts, and with those 3 sheets I cut 4 squares that are 3 by 3, so you get 4 of each print, and I just kind of rolled up the sides a little bit, made them more bendable, and then from this point I just kind of rolled them up almost like you would a Tussie Mussy until I saw that I had an even point on the top here, and then I glued them together and I flattened this piece out and I glued them all around a circle, and this is what I came up with. Okay, so it only takes 3 sheets of the 6 by 6 paper if you cut it into 3 by 3 inch squares, and it'll give you this size wreath, and that measures, let me take a quick measurement for you guys, about 7.5, it's about 7.5 to 8 inches all the way around. So my 2 images that I used were this doily here on page 24 of the Cricut Essentials Cricut cartridge. Okay, and that's this green doily back here. And then the circle pieces, I used the compass, which is on page 25. I used 2 of those. And then for my sentiment, I used the Cricut alphabet cartridge. I made some rosette flowers from my Tim Holtz rosette die, glittered them up, and then I have those white plastic snowflake buttons on each one. I used some leaves and layered those in. These were a Cricut image also from the Cricut Essentials cartridge. I cut them out a few weeks ago, but just to refresh your memory, they were on page, I'm getting closer, I think I am, here they go, page 44. I used branch number 2. I didn't use the layered piece, I just used this piece here, but I had cut those out in a previous week. And let's see, I used some Rick Rock ribbon in the center, and then this is a really cute Kane Company snowman that I layered in the center because my buddy loves snowmen. And I just stuffed in tulle in each one of the, I made all the cones, and then I just glued in some tulle and then trimmed it up with my scissors around the edges, and that's gold tulle, and I layered some gold tulle underneath the circle pieces. And then this is what it looks like in the back. So this is my chipboard circle, and I cut that out about 2.5 inches across. Then I cut out another decorative piece to lay on top, and then I just glued around my cones, and then I layered on my, I made like a loop with my ribbon, and then I glued that on, and then I glued my decorative piece over top so you wouldn't see, where I glued my hanger. So that's what it looks like in the back. And then I did the same thing on the front. Underneath this circle here, I have a small circle that I glued on top just to make it really sturdy. And then I started layering on my Cricut images and my sentiments. And so that's it, guys. That's my little home decor wreath. And hopefully my friend likes it because it's going to her for Christmas. So I'm kind of ahead of the game a little bit, and I'm excited about that. And this week's project, we are supposed to upcycle a candy box, like those Mike and I boxes, candy boxes you get from the movie theater or the Dollar Tree, into a usable container. And we're supposed to do a back to school theme with 1 Cricut image. So I will be back to share that with you guys as well. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.